It's Cody here. Gonna do a fast recap of UFC 89, Leben versus Bisping. Right off the bat, gonna give a shout out to Terry Edom. He got a win against Sam Stout, which is a real credible win, and good to him. That's amazing. I didn't think he was gonna win that fight. I didn't pick it, but I didn't see that earlier. I would have picked it if I had, but that's a nice win. Nice feather in his cap. Alright. Overall, on the picks I did make, I went 4-2, which is respectable. Let's see. I was going to go with, first talk about Marcus Davis. He worked that nice, powerful guillotine perfectly and got the win. That was good vintage Marcus Davis. He usually gets these submissions when he's not in dominant position, which always surprises me and which is always awesome to see a fighter do. You know, it's the bigger comeback story when a guy is in, you know, being on the bottom and getting a submission, getting an arm bar, getting a guillotine, and Marcus Davis continues to impress. I find it I'm kind of amazed that he's learning all this stuff from Gurgel, who hasn't been able to apply the same submission finesse that Marcus Davis has. So I don't know. I guess he must be a better teacher than he is a practitioner of what he teaches. That's all I can say. I don't know. I thought it was funny him begging to go to Ireland. Hopefully you get your wish, Marcus. Then we got the Lytle versus Taylor fight. And that right there is what makes mixed martial arts so exciting. That fight was great. It was just constant action. A lot of stuff was going on. Just the leather was flying inside and everything. And there were a few takedowns and stuff, and there was action there too. It was just all over the place, and I really enjoyed it. I wanted to say, and this fight is also a good argument for Dana White wanting 5 rounds for non-title fights and 7 rounds for title fights, because this fight should have probably gone to a finish. To me, I don't know, it just seemed like one of those fights that you shouldn't have stopped. You know, I would have liked it to go on longer. And of course, when I say that, I think it would have favored Taylor going longer, because he still looked of fresher of the two as it went longer. So yeah, I'd love to see when you see a fight like that and you go, ooh, 5 minutes, and then you see a crappy fight, and then you're like, well, maybe we should make it 1 round, you know. But that I would love to see that go longer. Good fight. Next we had that was Lytle versus Taylor, and Lytle won, and he called out Marcus Davis. He said he wanted to fight Davis, maybe in Ireland, and I'm all for that. That'd be an awesome fight. I'd like to see that. I think that'd be a real nice stand-up. I think they would opt to stand up all the way in that fight, because they're pretty evenly matched on the ground. Let's see. Oh, Cain won for me. Very impressive. The thing with Sokaju seems to be like he's this hard-hitting storm at the very first of a fight, and if you could survive that, though, you got a chance later on. It's weird. I guess I don't know what he could do to work on that. I think maybe pace himself better. If he can make himself, you know, last longer, he'd be better. You know, not come out quite as explosive early on. But it's just, you know, it's kind of sad for him, because I mean, he's a good fighter, but he just gets caught up in too much too fast. And Cain, oh man, he took that punishment well. Those body kicks were brutal, and he came back and he got that jab in there, dropped him in that second round. Good fight. Well, first let me cover this. Jardine versus Vera. That was a good fight. It was back and forth, and it was a little sloppy, or it was a little, I think Joe Rogan said it best, it was kind of awkward, but it was really neat. It was weird that second round, the way Keith had Vera against the cage, and he was behind him, but he was punching in front of him, and it's like, how does that work? And I had Vera up in that round until that point, and I think that's what made all the difference for Jardine right there. Is that's how he took the lead and won the match, and he deserved it. I mean, that was just one of those really brutal battles that anyone can win, and just you doing the right thing at the right time can clinch it for you. But after that match, I was thinking I'd really like to see Vera versus Sokaju. That's an interesting fight for me. I don't know. I was thinking, I think everyone hates, to an extent, Jardine's nickname, Nadine Amin. It's just really stupid sounding. It's just a bad pun or a rhyme or whatever. But I was thinking what he should have instead is his nickname should be Unrankable, because the dude is hard to rank right now. He wins one and loses one. He wins one and loses one. All the top quality opponents losing to him and winning against him. So the guy is just, anyone that tries to rank all the 205ers, he's just stuck there with Jardine, wondering where should I put him. But good fight. Then we have Bisping versus Leben, and that was, for me, that was kind of a sad fight to watch. It just seemed like Leben kept on coming forward, and Bisping kept on sticking and running back, like he said in the after he won interview. And the thing that gets me about that is, yes, he got the win, and that's the most important thing to him. But on the wider spectrum of things, what if everybody fought like that? I mean, mixed martial arts wouldn't be on fire like it has been in the last few years. It wouldn't have that appeal. What if Forrest Griffin versus Stephan Bonner was like that? And Leben pointed out then, he gave an exciting fight. He went for it all the time. What if he and Michael Bisping just both backed up to each edge of the cage and just circled, and the ref had to come in there and say, well, you got to fight, and then they just kept on circling far away from each other. It's just nonsense. Going in every once in a while, maybe in the middle, and then retracting back real fast after pecking at each other or something. It's boring. I understand, though, it's a way to win, and Bisping, he pulled it off, and he used it well. Good congrats to him. It's just not the most, it's not the funnest way to watch a fight. And I know more fighters are doing that style now, and I hope it doesn't become, like I said, where one guy, two guys are doing the same thing, and you see just a sleep-inducing fight. So yeah, it was a good card. It seemed like the fight started out better, and at the end they got worse. It's like the fights were just, you almost wish you kind of could watch it in reverse, anti the main event. And also, that's another thing. I mean, if Bisping is going to be the main event, he's got to bring it more, I think. I mean, it comes to a point where winning's just not good enough. If you're going to be in the main event, you got to show some fireworks. So, I will put that out there. Frustrating to watch if you're a Leben fan like me. He just, all his options were to come forward, and they played right into what Bisping was doing. But I mean, really, he couldn't have any other option. He couldn't go backwards. Like I said, that'd make a weird stalemate of non-action fight. So it is what it is. But like I said, I wish I could watch the fights in reverse. Be much happier that way. Would have gone out on more of a high note. But good night for fights. Pretty good show. Looking forward to UFC 90. So yeah, I say the way they ended wasn't that great, but the way it started was great. So it's a recommendation to check this out. It was a decent card, made better by the lower end fights. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.